different from what I do on my channel, but we're reacting to PONDPHUWIN on the Zach show. Again, I don't usually watch a lot of Thai BL pairing interviews, usually because the subs are always off. But since this one's going to be in like fully English, or for the most part probably, because we know that Phuwin speaks English, I felt right watching it. And since it's kind of Western media and stuff, I'm glad that they're finally getting the recognition that they deserve being on Western media like this, especially on a show like this, which I really do enjoy watching a lot. And I was standing on him because he would do interviews with K-pop idols and all that. So I'm excited to see this and excited what they talk about. It's an hour, so yeah. I'm gonna get right to it.
Welcome to the studio. Cue Thai icon. Cue icon. Cue trailblazer. Please say hello. Come on, do whatever.
Hi guys.
Who's my girl?
You guys are our first time appearing.
I know Pond is nervous, but well, they're both nervous, but
This is like the first time that we do English.
Don't be nervous. Please.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like big scale interview in English, I'm pretty sure they've done it with like smaller YouTube channels.
It is so big. Like everything is massive.
I also love the title. Talk. The official for the sky, music, the career of on. What I would love if they talk about Naramigo as well.
And you have been on a bunch of Thai talk shows.
Yeah.
It is different. I was looking at one photo. You guys on the couch. You guys are dressed in like identical colors. And there's not much room behind you.
Yeah. So usually with our setups, back in Thailand, it's a studio.
It's
right?
like one-sided.
It's only like one side.
One camera.
So it's only the side that the camera faces, and the rest is just crew and everyone. So this is very new to us as well.
Yeah, it's like a 360 thing. There's nobody in the room.
Yeah.
What's your stuff?
Just all of us.
Oh, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting us as well.
You mentioned this is like your first time doing West. Yeah, how's it?
It's perfect for them. Very excited.
I mean, I think I am so nervous right now because like when I was in Thailand, I usually speak Thai. I don't get any chances to speak English like this. I mean, his accent is really good. That's why I like it.
Dude, your English is fantastic.
Right? Pretty English.
Yeah.
Because that is the primary vehicle for why this West
My
is
pants are so long.
transcended languages and generations. The power of this
So weird.
kind of like once in a generation. And I'm not really blowing smoke here. I'm being honest. So can you educate us on what Thai BL is? Because I watch. Explain the genre.
Okay, let me try to play into it. Something that's very easy to understand. So it's like with any other type of film, any other type of series. It's just a genre, right? And I think the main difference between like something you would have like over here, right, is that with these plot lines, with these storylines, is that it doesn't really matter who you are, what gender you are, or what it is, right? It's just a love story or any gender coming and playing together out in a series or in a media format. And I think that's why it has resonated with a lot of people around the world, because it goes beyond normal narratives. It is just basically a story of two people, no matter who they are.
I agree with him because like when I was in Thailand and when I started to film boy love series, right, I thought that actually I was so nervous as well, but I thought that it was something that we have to try and like, you know, try to represent like a love story and like to open into the world by something like that, because I never thought that we're gonna have
So
much
people,
fans
like more people would connect to it.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Yeah, sure.
How, is it true that you meet for the first time in just normal comic culture?
Yeah, it's just
It's
yeah.
my first time.
So before that, was already working as an actor and an artist. However, this was my first project as a lead role, and this was also his first project
Yes.
as an actor as well. So
Really?
Yeah.
He did it big.
got into a conference room with
He said, "Go home, we go home."
other actors, and at first, none of us were really sure what we were there for. We just knew it was this like project that needed 2 leads and needed a supporting cast. So we were basically there to like talk with the directors, talk with the producers on what characters there are to play, and where exactly will we fit in within this story, or if we will not fit in within the story or not. That's how we first met at first, is that we didn't even know we were going to play with each other.
Play with each other.
What were your
Play each
first
other.
impressions? Did you even have an impression of each other at first?
Like with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, when we were start testing that time, I just felt like the chemistry, was because before I started all of this entertainment, I was a really shy person. That's why like before when the director gave me the script, I was so nervous, and I imagined that how could I like show or try to represent. Yeah.
It's still coming along. We're still working on it.
Yeah, but later after I play with him, I can feel like
To play with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Do you remember the first scene that you did together in the
Yeah.
conference room?
So we had 2 separate days, right? The first time we saw each other was in a conference room. I didn't think we really had any impressions of each other because we were just in the conference room. But we also had a second day where we did like table reads, and we had like a chemistry test
Yes.
with each other. I remember when we were there, right? At first it wasn't me. We kept switching like partners around, and I was in the waiting room and I was watching him, and then he kept laughing. He kept laughing when he was playing with other people.
Yeah.
When he was in the scene with other people, like they took a look at each other's faces and they kept laughing.
What was that? Did you just not take the relationship seriously? You not believe it?
At that time, I thought that it was something like I cannot concentrate. You know what I mean, right? It's like when I was doing casting with other actors, I cannot feel like anything. Just his face trying to like
That's really so you funny looking.
exchange the scripts.
Yeah, because it was also your first time as an actor.
Yeah.
Like your first audition, your first.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. What drove you to that audition? What pushed you there to begin with?
Actually, when I was in university, right, I never thought that I would have been in this industry at all. Just like someone contact me and then they want me to do like castings, things like that. So then I thought that it is a really good time, great opportunity. That's why I started doing this. Yeah.
What was the first scene you guys did together?
I'm thinking it's been quite a few years now.
Yeah.
Oh.
The city of nothing. Yeah. Yes.
So the first series we acted together was a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And they had us audition a comedy scene, right? It was the 2 main leads together, right? My character was in the bedroom, like partially naked. This guy barges into the room. I cover myself with a blanket, right? He has no idea I'm half naked under.
Yeah.
So he's just like, why are you like hiding under the sheets? Why are you hiding under the blanket? He just pulls out the blanket. Yeah, that's the scene. So like, that was why like at first he couldn't stop laughing with the first scene. We were trying to get the energy going in that room. Yeah.
Do you remember when the chemistry clicked? Did it click there in that room, or did it take a minute?
I think it clicked in that room.
Yeah, I think it's because that I can hold my laugh. You know what I mean? Right? Because when I cast with other people, I cannot stop laughing at that time. I think it's something that, like funny. I cannot.
It came naturally.
Yeah, funny situation. But then when I start to play with it, I can feel like I can concentrate. Yeah.
You believe the moment.
Yeah, I believe the moment at that time.
That's a big deal.
Because with a lot of like comedy scenes, right? As an actor, right, or as a character, the situation is funny to the audience, but it's not to the character. together, but however, when it was off screen, like at first we did try to like connect and we did try to hang out and go do other stuff, right? But at the time we also had a pandemic going on, so there wasn't much opportunity for us to really get to know each other. So we only saw each other in like the studio settings, the work settings, and like the stress and overall everything about like working was already overwhelming us. So it made our off-screen chemistry kind of like a bit off. Yeah.
Because like every time you see each other, you just like work.
Just work.
Yeah.
Just imagine that you met someone and working all the time, no free time, no hangout. Yeah, I think it's really hard to get you closer at that time. Yeah.
It's like with coworkers in the office, right? Like you might have like lunch break or something together, like go like hang out after work or something, but at the time with the pandemic going on, it was just like, okay, 6 a.m. to the studio, to the location, to the shoot, until like whatever, then everybody has to go home, social distancing, right? And so that was why it was really hard for us to get along with each other. And we had really like different lifestyles.
Well, explain that. How are your lifestyles different?
I think it's really hard to explain, but like maybe it's because of like I study in Thai school, like really super Thai school, but like he's graduated from an international school, like so I think that the lifestyle is so different at that moment.
I think the easiest way to put it is philosophy. Like we had different philosophies of living life, and that made it really hard to connect with each other, especially when you work together often, and you have similar career paths, but your end goals are very different. Which
I
made
can
it
understand
really
that.
hard
Maybe
for
like
us to
international
connect
is more like,
with each other.
I don't want to say Western, but like maybe they have like less
actually
traditional.
to do with each other, so it made it really
I
hard to
know.
connect. But one thing that I was really grateful is that whenever we got on screen or whenever there was a task that we had to do, right, we both came together and I think we did our part very well to connect with each other.
I think I saw
I
this,
think
but I'm
the
not sure.
main problem is that we never talk to each other about the goals or the problems. That's
Yeah,
why we can get along at that time.
Yeah.
Because like you bring up something very interesting. Goals. And the two of them, I mean, on this duo is massive in culture and in this space.
Thank you.
Whether it was planned or not, there was this deep chemistry that was formed between the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you ever agreed with my Asian milk?
We played for like five.
This is our fifth.
Yeah.
Yes, we're about to do our fifth.
like breaking news, if this wasn't working, you
Their
wouldn't-
fifth?
We're about to do our fifth.
We played for like five.
This is our fifth.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just on the
this is-
side.
We're about to do our fifth.
Never let me
like,
go,
breaking
me and
news,
Thee.
if this wasn't working,
We are.
you wouldn't be at 5.
Yeah.
And if we didn't get along by the second one,
But I'm listening.
we wouldn't be at 5 as well.
Because there has to be, I mean, maybe
Like
you
me
guys
and
are
Thee speak teaching me.
friends,
Yeah.
but there is a
Right.
relationship that is at least where we know too, though.
I think we're really good friends now. I dare say.
Yeah, because I feel like everything has changed.
Girl, that's a
since,
situation. We just
after
talk about
we
it.
finished, like the first film, Fish on the Sky, right? But then later, before we started to film the second series, they would let me go like we have a like deep talk before I start filming. That's why like we talk about the goals or like the problems, how to change, how to fix this, like
What do you realize after that? What do you realize after the first movie? You're like, wow, we need to sync up and understand where we're going.
Right now, am I making a
Clearly, your
series?
life changes after that, right?
Fish on the sky, there we go. We are, me and Thee.
Conversations that
I'm guessing at that time
our
the
relationship
other series was
probably,
canceled. But I mean, PJ and Me still
our
counts.
goals in
I
life,
suppose.
because I think that with the first project we did together, we had very different goals, and we didn't understand each other on what we wanted from our lives.
I mean, and then
So
still young.
In my part, I was purely like I was an actor, I was an artist. So what I wanted for my career was to, you know, have many different roles that are different from each other. I wanted to be in the industry for a long time, have this thing last for a while. Meanwhile, with him, when he came in, it was more about him being able to take care of his family.
Yeah.
Right? So with different goals, I think the approach to both of our goals are very different. But since we're working together, right? Since the methods are different and the goals are different, and if we don't talk to each other, then that creates conflict.
100%. Like, so you want consistency, and you're willing to take risks,
Yeah.
right? Because your drive and your why, fuel is.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for the first project, I think I was too young to set the goals. I was just thinking that I want to get money for my family, and that's all.
Of course.
Yeah. I never thought that, okay, what should I do for the future, the goals in this entertainment industry. That's why like I just care about the money.
Did it take convincing to you to say, hey, because like let's talk. It's not an elephant, but like 4 out of the 5 of these movies are very series are similar to one another, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, oh my god, I watched a bunch of episodes on what is it called? Rupin. There's like you can stream it in America. It's on this. I signed up 2 days ago, and now I get
Really?
emails from Rupin or something. I'll put a link for us to watch it. But I also do Rakuten. Thank you so much. Yeah, we stream it on Rakuten. It's free. Anyway, I love a body drama action.
So you watch,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there is a similar theme between at least 4 of the 5 series you guys have done, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
it is kind of anti this idea of being challenged or met like different roles,
Yeah.
project to project, correct?
Yeah, yeah, okay. These challenges are fun. As for me as an actor, I think that since not only with VO work, but other types of work, right? I think that each has their own like set ground rules. Like how. So if we're talking from a business sense, right, there's a way in which work has to be marketed. Whether it's BL or whether it's music or whether it's just like regular shows, right? And I think like there are ground rules set for each of these shows, and I think that it's also a challenge for us both as well to try and diversify and make it different from each other as well.
Really, never let me go.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you.
So good. I mean, you're an heir to this powerful, wealthy family. I mean, you can be safe.
Yeah.
By Never Let Me Go, you're in a different stage of your relationship with chemistry.
Yeah, yeah. I think in each of our series that we have done, all of them, we are in different stages of our chemistry.
Do you watch back and see that? Can you notice that in your performance?
Yeah. I usually watch back to my like previous project to like try to see my mistakes and improve myself.
By the way, that's a big thing to do. Like, a lot of people are too afraid to do something.
I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like watching my old works because I feel like sometimes I try to take a mental note of what I need to improve, but I don't want to watch it. I cringe at my own acting.
I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about on this guy today? But I guess
You know, like I changed a lot since Bishop on the Sky because like this is my first project, right? And I never do acting before. And then for now when I look back to watch this project, I feel so cringe, so shy every time, you know.
And when you look back and Never Let
Okay,
Me Go,
what's
how do you
your-
feel?
I think it's one of the most like
A big change from
best
this guy.
project for me. Because like I like the parts of the stories. Yeah, and like I have heard that many fans from different countries like this series. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the plot.
Relationship-wise, I think Never Let Me Go wants to a lot in terms of our relationship because we faced a lot of hardships and challenges with production of this series, and I think that those challenges really struggled a lot with that series, with like everything from like script reading, production, getting into character and everything. And I think it helped us understand each other a lot more on the different sides that we came from.
Really, it's like not until you're challenged until you really get to see who
Yeah.
you really are.
Yeah.
What was challenging? What was it about those characters that was hard to stay on?
Everything. It was really everything. It was like the characters, the production.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because like going from Fish from Sky to Never Let Me Go.
It's like a bodyguard, right? I think it's really hard to get it because like it's really fast moving. Yeah, and like I have to adapt and like
I guess a big
with
difference.
others and like I have to doing a lot of hard things at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, and production-wise, it was very grueling. Filming hours were insane. The locations were also insane. We barely filmed in studios or in like air-conditioned places.
All location.
Yeah, we were mostly on location, like on beaches, in the middle of the road at midnight, whatever, right? And we had a lot of challenges with production as well. But I think that it was a really good life lesson for both of us, and it really helped us relationship-wise. Because it's not until you see like each other getting frustrated at things or like seeing what makes them take off, right? Until you really understand the part.
Yeah, and also I think like while we were filming this series, we have a lot of deep talk too. Yeah, that's why like, we
Never
really
farted.
focus on
It's
each
in those
other.
fuck.
Deep talks rooted in what? Goals?
Yeah, I
Dreams?
think goals are like what do I need to change? Like the things that you don't like or I don't like.
Oh, those are hard conversations to have. You having those on the heels of realizing that this is a partnership that is going to last way more than just 3 series?
Yeah, it was also that as well. We started to see things as more long term in the second series. So I think that since we both had that mindset, it helped us connect a lot more, and it also helped us understand each other more.
Do you remember the moment you realized that this was going to be a partnership that lasted for a minute?
Do you have a? I'm trying to think.
By the way, like, this whole thing is super rare, Rich. Like, this is like a very rare thing to have 2 people who built this chemistry on and off screen and been able to carry not one but many
I think
shows.
the thing that I told myself at that time is that I need to respect. Like when we were working together, like doing something, I think the most important thing is to respect and understand. Yeah, that what makes me change a lot. That time.
How's respecting what situation?
I mean, in everything, in every work, you know what I mean?
We had a moment during filming on the second series where we were arguing with each other. We had an incident where we both didn't respect each other. We didn't respect each other's time. We didn't respect each other's work, each other's goals, and that became like a really big argument between the both of us during filming. And while that
Shooting attribute.
we both had this like realization that this could potentially end this, and I think that moment really helped the both of us realize that but this doesn't also have to be the end. This can also be like be the start of something new. So with that, I think that we both learned to respect each other's boundaries, respect each other as friends and as the roles we were carrying, and I think that helped a lot in building this chemistry that we have.
How was that disrespect manifested? Was it showing up late, showing up unprepared? What was it? What was the catalyst to that?
I started to look at myself first, and then I started to change myself, like in terms of how to manage my anger or like every emotions that like I have to express at that time, because at that time while we were filming Never Let Me Go, I was just 21. Yeah, 21, and then I thought that the really bad thing is that using like anger more than like consciousness. Yeah.
Anger is the easiest emotion to feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I also overstep my own boundary
How so?
with scenes or with little things on how we choose to our acting choices or like the way we deliver our lines or small stuff like that. And since that we sometimes have like creative differences or a lot of things that were going on, which caused most of us to clash a bit.
Does the fan culture around your relationship influence your actual relationship? If you any of it?
I would say no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. This is probably this is probably the first show we're also talking about this, like talking about conflict, like the conflict between our relationship. Because I'm pretty sure that none of the fans
On this before.
have known this before
Yeah.
also. Yeah.
Because we have never talked about this before.
Yeah.
Thanks for the honesty. By the way, conflict is a part of creation.
But to be honest,
Right.
I'm so happy to talk about this.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Like, release. Real quick, gotta talk about it.
Girl, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not here for your father.
You do really study your relationship between the two. That does
Yes.
exist, right?
That does exist.
And they will look at every little everything.
Little
Really?
minor detail.
Yes, the tiniest movement.
Yeah.
Was there any point in this whole thing where that weighed on you? And that came in the way of you being who you really are?
For him, I'm not sure, but for me, there is. There is sometimes because when you're being scrutinized on every little detail, being under the microscope, you tend to be more concerned about every little thing that you do. So I would say it has had an effect on me. I try to be more conscious of my actions. I'm conscious of what I do. I'm conscious on what I say, what my actions convey. But at the end of the day, even if I'm conscious about it, there's nothing I can do to control their interpretations of it. Yeah, but it definitely has made me more conscious of it, even though a lot of times what they interpret, I read and I'm like, what are they interpreting from this minor detail that I haven't even thought of? Yeah, but yeah, it did have an effect.
I think for me, yeah, a little bit. Because every time when I got into social media, okay, so I will give an example for at that time when like I wrote on like seeing fans commenting or like doing something like that. I really hope at that time, even though we didn't get close to each other, but I hope that our relationship will be close like that long. When I do that. But I never tell you before about this, even like in Thai movies, like forgot.
This is my first time hearing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like at that time I know that we didn't close to each other, but I really
Girl, you
tried to fix these things. You know what I mean? Like because
I really should have
when
done it though. I done it myself.
when I was
30.
in high
Like,
school, I used my
who's gonna change?
heart more than like anything.
Like,
Right, yeah, totally. You lead with your heart.
Yes.
You're an empathetic person. That's a positive trait. It also it could catch you off guard or throw you for a loop or take the best of you sometimes.
At the time when I was seeing other couples close to each other, I felt jealous a little bit, like how can they like manage to be close to each other, because like some people might be come from different culture and then after they're like start working together, getting close to each other so easy.
But it's so funny, like close off the screen, but on the screen, equally close. Like not close off the screen. You get what I'm saying, right? Like off the screen, maybe not as close as you would have hoped.
Yeah.
You get there. But your day job, 9 to 5, you guys are very You think that's maybe what drove the divide?
I wouldn't say what drove the divide. I think it's actually the thing that brought us together.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the things that we our goal, not our goal, but luckily we had agreed on day one since the beginning that we are going to try to be as genuine to each other, as genuine to the fans, and as genuine to what we portray out as
As it should
possible.
be.
And I think that's why, even though we had our conflicts, our disagreements off the screen, at least what was on the screen was still very real. It just cut out the disagreements and the conflicts part out. So by the time that we solved all our conflicts, we solved all our problems, right? What was left was still the original, genuine parts that we still had, that we had for each other since the beginning. So I think that since we set that from day one, it has helped us a lot, and it has helped us work together for up to like 6 years.
6 years, yeah.
7 years together.
I think the big change is
Better
when
run
we
that
were
out. Damn.
finished filming the third TV series. Yeah, I think it's the big change because like we have another big deep talk after we were finished filming the third series.
Damn, they've been on that long.
like
I
this
keep
is the
forgetting
change
how
that-
long
that's-
Fish
that,
Pond
like,
was.
changed us until now.
What changes that for you?
We try to do something that accept the working, something like that. You know, when for the whole for VR series, we have been working for around 3 or 4 years. And we never going out each other and like having some hanging out. You know.
Yeah. We started treating our conversations on stage as if they were off stage. So we tried to, like, you know, when we're on stage or when we're doing interviews or when we're doing whatever, we tried to get rid of the mask. That was the boundary, and I think that helped a lot. And since it made every interaction after that like 100% genuine between each other, and I think that really helped drive in the relationship.
Can you explain your individual processes of finding a character?
Do you mean in the series?
Yeah, like how do you actually become this character? Do you have a process? Is there a technique that works for you guys?
Yeah. For example, for the first 2 series, it was really hard to get into the characters, but like I think after in VR series and ET, I think it's about like while when we were doing the workshop, I think I can feel like more closer to him. Yeah, for me, yeah.
I like your English is amazing. Like, you speak English in Thai? Your English is great.
Wait, why did you go to an international school?
I'm sorry?
Why did you go to an international school?
My actually a bit funny, pretty funny story. At first I wasn't going to go to an international school, but my mom's having crew. My mom's crew for Cathay Pacific. So she thought that like, well, she was right. She thought that English was very important, and I'm probably gonna get to use it later throughout life. So she wanted me to go to an international school, but my dad was an alumni of this Catholic school in Bangkok, and he wanted me to go to the same school as him, so they got into a big fight. But then, you know, mother always wins.
Mom
So
wins every time.
yeah, mom wins every time. So that's why I went to international school. I've not used English in like a couple years, so I used to think of my thoughts in English and translate into Thai. Now and after I not used English in a couple of years, I went back to using Thai, and now I have to use Thai into English again. That's why I'm taking time to rephrase my thoughts.
Dude, your brain is amazing. Yours too. We can barely speak English.
Me,
It's
man.
really impressive. What is your technique? I mean, you have to have one. Do you memorize? Do you memorize your scenes for the day on the day, or are you really memorizing the entire story?
So for getting into character, for me, I'll try to read the script twice. One as the reader, the second time as the character. Then I'll try to get a feel for things as the character. Like try to create like little imaginary situations and try to imagine on what this particular character would react in that situation. So it's basically improvisation, but it's in the head. And then as for the lines, as for memorizations, I read the lines like a couple days before the shoot, like these specific scenes. Then I memorize it after I have it all in my head. I don't memorize it yet. I memorize it on the day. But at least I know what's coming and I know what the storyline is. I know what the characters are going to say. But I try to memorize it before I go into the scene to try and keep it as fresh as possible, because I don't want to like ruin it by like over analyzing every little detail. Because not doing homework at all is really bad, but also over analyzing it also pulls the freshness out of it.
100%. You gotta be present.
Yeah.
Maybe I read the whole script around like 2 or 3 times before I start filming. Yeah, but like the lines, the script, like the dialogue that I have to use for filming each day, I remember like the day before filming, because like I don't want to be too stressed or like thinking about what situation. Like, if I too much concentrate about the script, I will be stressed and everything. And when the day that I have filmed, I cannot do it much better.
What scenes are the hardest scenes to film?
I think the hardest script, the hardest scenes for me is sad scene. The anger scene is the most emotional scene. Yeah, it's the most hardest one.
What's it like filming the love scenes?
It's very, very
Ew, I didn't figure that out.
also very hard. I would have to say.
I thought they were gonna say that,
We
Loki.
always have an intimacy coordinator with us at all times, but I think it's very hard because
An intimacy coordinator is crazy, but like, I feel like every shoot is at that.
with love scenes, right? There's a
He said
boundary
this so much not to like if you look at him.
where you-
I feel like
Love
it's
scenes.
I don't know what's gonna be in. This shit threw them off. Like,
What's it like filming the love scenes?
So lower the boundary with love scenes, right? There's a boundary between the script and the character, right? So with any other scene, right, it's easy to like go off script and improvise. So, like there's no harm in doing that,
Yeah.
right? But with these scenes, right, there's consent, there's camera angles, there's lighting, there's everything, and I think it's very hard since, and for me at least, acting is freedom, but with these scenes, everything is really, really constrained, and everything has to be in place in order. There's a lot of practice that goes into it, and I just think that it makes it very hard to try and balance being in the scene, being in character, and also balance the other things that you have to carry in mind. So, for example, like blocking and like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this, then this, I must not overstep this, but if I don't do this enough, then it's not gonna sell the scene or something like that. Yeah, I think it's very hard to juggle everything in between.
What are those conversations like between the two of you before you embark on this?
I will always go to him and say like, it's okay. because you know, I think like when we were filming love scene, we have to talk to each other first. Like, just want to feel free when we were playing this scene. Just want to make sure that okay, we are going to play this scene, and I want both of us to feel free and be happy to
like
play.
it's okay.
Was it like that from the very beginning?
Let's get over it.
I think that it is also something that has to be acquired. With these scenes, there are a lot that could go wrong. It's very easy to go wrong and go off the rails, and you know it's very taxing both emotionally and physically also. So I think that with time, with experience, it is.
Girl, another G
easier to
revelation
do.
too. That's not even that.
At first, it was also very difficult
When the DMD loves to that
for
stories.
actors to be comfortable and the
I would've
director
had that
to do what he
once.
wants, and I think it's very hard to juggle between these three.
there's chemistry there, right? You understand, you probably have a language between the two of you that is like unspoken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, does it become easier or harder because you know each other so well now? You're not just like strangers acting. You're like,
I think it's easier.
Yeah, it's
easier.
it's way much easier. Because me and T is our recent fourth month, right? I think we don't need to do like much workshop before filming this series.
Because with experience, it also comes with like knowing on what the other person is okay with, what they're not okay with, and I think that helps way more on set. Yeah.
You share things and all. So much of this experience and this journey has been shared amongst the two of you.
Yes.
How cool is that? That you have somebody there with you.
I think it's very unique for most actors, right? Your career is just you. So no matter how many co-stars you play with or whatever, you're just gonna be there for like a project or two, and then that's done. But for the both of us, a lot of our achievements are also shared.
Yeah.
So I think that makes it all the more, emotional for the both of us.
speaking of achievements, we talk about me. That series is breaking records.
Thank you.
Can you break it down for us a little bit? I mean, come on, talk to me about me.
So the basic plot community is basically speaking out loud is weird. Like explaining it out loud is weird.
For these one series, I would be
Blaze
like that.
Beach, which is this photographer, a freelance photographer that works for just with any freelance works for multiple companies, right? And I happen to got this gig at this perfume company, and his character T, right, happens to see a model friend of mine and wants to. There's no easy way to put this, but wants to pay him for a night together. Yeah. And with me being the model's friend, get in the way, and without knowing that he's actually part of the mob, part of the mafia. And then so I get tangled into his life, but I also find out that he is a very weird individual.
How so?
His character is very into soap operas, so his view of life is through the lens of a soap opera.
This show's
So everything he does, everything he
It's not very
he
realistic,
says
but it's a
is
great show.
Our
Recommend
lives
that.
from soap operas in Thai, like Thai dramas and stuff.
Oh, give us one.
Old Thai dramas. Something like Lati Sawannakundu, something like that. Like Good Night, Stubborn One. Yeah. The funniest phrase from like the old Thai dramas.
So there's this popular phrase that went viral. It's in Thai. It's Lati Sawat.
นะคนดื้อ
พูดดีกว่า
ราตรีสวัสดิ์นะคนดื้ออย่าดื้อกับหมอนใบนั้นที่เธอใช้นอนฝันเรา
Which is basically translates to like, good night, you little stubborn one. I hope that the pillow that you sleep on tonight will be in your Which it doesn't really translate over well, but it's very like cliche. Yeah.
You finish I mean, you get entangled in his life, and then you guys fall in love, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well,
He's like, duh.
he fell in love. Well, his character fell in love. Yeah.
So Kun T fell in love first, right? Because of like his kindness. Because Kun T is mafia. He's like never met someone, just like paying for the night, like he said before. After like Kun T met Peach, like
He started to know what genuine relationships are like,
Everything changed.
and everything changes. Yeah.
This is a beautiful story. You gotta watch it. I'm gonna put a link below. This question is coming from our friends over at Euphoria season 3 on the way. Was there a moment where you realized what genuinely mattered to you versus what you thought was supposed to matter, like societal standards?
Oh, poetic.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I don't know, really. Never Let Me Go. HBO Max.
Okay.
Watch Never Let Me Go.
Yes, bro. I will always say about that show.
I don't know, really. You guys are very special. How famous are you in time? Honestly.
I don't want to tell. I don't want to say it.
Do you need like security? Can you go to the mall?
Oh, actually, I think one of the good things about I'm not sure to say whether to say it's the Thai entertainment industry or it's just Thai people in general is that like I don't think you really need security or anything. Like no matter what stage of fame you are in, a lot of people respect your boundaries, and
That's cool.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool. We do get security sometimes when we go overseas for like major events and stuff, but most of the time in Thailand, I don't think anyone really needs any security.
Did any,
Unfortunately, yeah.
but did any of the pressure of the fame and success and the global reception of these series weigh on you as you entered into Mean Game?
I don't think that it has really weighed on us that much. Luckily, because we've been doing this for quite a while, and we've been building our fans and
No.
our audiences throughout the year. So it's not like this, you know, from like nobody to somebody. It's
I'm
been this
excited.
like journey of like climbing and slowly gathering an audience. So I think that's lucky for us. But the big moment really came around a month or two ago, where we had a public event in a mall in Thailand, and the crowd was just insane, like really, really insane. The amount of people there was way more than we had ever encountered in Thailand and even expected. So I think that was really the eye-opening moment for us.
Because we always talk to each other that like just working.
Yeah, our main goal isn't really to you know become like a phenomenon or like or be popular. We just wanted to you know do the series and do our acting, do our music to the best of our ability, whether or not it's received well or not. It is enough for us. But that's the mindset that we've had since the beginning. Yeah.
And it's true, it is up to right?
Yeah.
Have you watched Rivalry?
I know what it is. I haven't watched it, but yeah, I know what it is.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think it's as great as it seems.
Queer love is more than having a moment.
Mhm.
But I think it's only going to get bigger. Like, is it
Totally.
I think it's cool.
I
think the shows are only going to get bigger.
I think that it's just that I wouldn't say that Asia has done it first, but I think it has become big in Asia first.
100%.
Then in other medias, right? So I think that from now on, it's not just only Thailand or like a few select other countries. I think from now on, a lot of other sectors are also gonna be able to more openly share the story as well.
Think of this one. Idea lost rivalry can run, you know?
Say it again. Say it again, because ooh, I hear everybody talking about, oh, the first of its kind, heated rivalry. Girl, don't do that.
Like they're like
Not only
now on,
TBL.
It's not in.
There are so many other
right?
series.
So I think
TBL's,
that from
Scam,
now on, it's not just only
Japanese
Thailand.
BLs, like girl,
That's
Korean BLs, like
from now on, a lot of other.
let's not sleep on all those shows. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean that what you're seeing now that came out on Netflix is on Netflix. I don't even know if it did. Is what
Be able to more openly share.
made it first of its kind.
Idea lost rivalry can run, you know? Like, it all really did start with the stuff that you guys are making.
Thank you.
It's really special. Because it takes, you guys, it takes shows like the shows you're making for people to see love as love, and to realize that it doesn't matter if somebody is straight or queer. It doesn't matter. Love is the same, no matter who's involved.
Yeah, it's also one of the major philosophies that the directors and producers at our company have, is that whenever, it's one of the conversations that we were given when we first stepped into these connected projects, is that they sat with us and told us that don't think of it as, you know, as a queer story or like as an LGBT movie or
It's not,
something.
it's just a story.
It's a story. It's just
It's
two
a real
people with a story and a script or whatever, right? So just throw everything out that window. Just have the same mindset that people have of hetero stories. And if you have that mindset, then both your acting and in everything will just follow.
It's true. And by the way, for factual clarity, the trials and tribulations of a heterosexual couple are the same as a homosexual couple. And like, I know it, I think it, it's just true. So love is love is love is love, no matter who's.
No matter who you are.
All our actors in our agency are given this conversation, and I think it has also helped shape a lot of the media that we put out. So,
As a queer human being, I say thank you for what you're doing, because it is genuine representation that is vital to the way society evolves. So it's a very cool thing. It's also very brave to a certain degree as well, you know? Because you get involved, you don't really know fully the reception is going to be, right?
throw back to like when we first started like 6 years ago, we were, I dare say for him as well, but at least it was true for me. Like I was getting made fun of by my friends for doing this, but like I think, I'm not sure in other parts of the world, but at least in Thailand, this is very normal now, and this is very accepted, and I think that it's amazing that it has been accepted to this degree as well.
Thank you both for doing it. You both make music as well. You made
Yes.
music together.
Yes, as well.
Is that weird?
No, not really. No, not really.
No balls.
For the music we make together, are a lot of times also intertwined with our series, or there are a lot of times there are original soundtracks. So it makes sense. Yeah, it also makes sense. But we also have our solo projects. So he's not only an actor, he's also in a boy band. He's also in a boy band as well. He's really good at dancing, by the way.
Thank you.
And rapping.
Really?
Not that much. Just practice.
You're downplaying yourself. You're really good at dancing and
Thank you.
rapping.
Actually, this is my first dream when I was a kid. I wanted to be an idol, but then I started to get into this industry by acting first, but then trying to like improving my skills until like waiting for the members, and finally then I got a boy group.
So what comes first, Jasper or the movie?
The movie, the series came first at that.
Actually, before the series, before the series, he auditioned for K-pop as well.
Yeah, I used to.
You really wanted to be an idol.
Yes.
So who pushed you into acting?
Myself at that time. When I was a kid, around like maybe 16 years old, around 17 years old, this thing just popped up into my head that I wanted to do something like performing on the stage. That's the thing that I wanted to do at that time. But then I didn't have much opportunity because like, okay, so I lost my father when I was around like 13 years old, and we didn't have much money to go for this. That's why it's like my goal for Signet. I didn't tell anybody about this, and then I started to like doing something for part-time to gain money for like learning, studying dancing. Yeah, that's the start.
That's amazing. Like, by the way, now you have the ability to provide for your family, and you get to achieve your original dream that like put you on this path to begin with. It's really special.
Thank you. But I think all of this successful comes from my by working with him. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Because playing series come before having a boy group. Yeah.
How did you get involved with Jasper? How did they find you? Like, how did you join the group?
I think it's because of like, so after we finished filming TV series, and then after it got published, right? So the company provide us a concert. Yeah, like you can show your ability, something like that. And then I started to dance to show like the CEO that I have a skill.
Did they know you could do that?
I think they know.
But they haven't seen.
They haven't seen.
They
that.
know, but they haven't like seen it like on stage.
Yeah.
So once he had the opportunity to like show on what he could do.
Yeah. And then later, after I started to show they can see my ability, and then they try to find members for me.
It's amazing.
It takes me around like 4 years. Yeah, 4 years
By the way, to build that,
to build that.
also you're building incredible acting.
Yes.
So how are you looking at your next acting challenges? And do you see the next series, the next movie, the next whatever project you take on? Do you see it as the two of you?
There's this conversation that we had before that even if we work together, we also have to be able to stand on our own. So that was one of the very important goals for the both of us. So
Just give me chills.
yeah,
Because it's important, right? Your individual strengths make you stronger as a team.
as well, and it also goes vice versa. Being stronger as a team also makes us stronger as individuals as well, and it's something that we've talked about since day one, and I think that we've done multiple things to try and do it with him, with his group, and with his music. For me as well, with taking on other acting roles and doing music as well. And as for other roles, no matter whether it's alone or together, one of the things that we both always try to do is to try and diversify ourselves, first of all, and try to, and the second thing is to try and branch out and do new things so that both our abilities and both our images aren't always in the same place.
If you could make any project together next, what would you make?
I would say like we've also never shared this before. Like when we try to look at our work together, we try to not have it be too close to the one we did previously. So the first one we did was a romantic comedy. Second one, Never Let Me Go, was more a drama. The third one was purely romance. The fourth one was like purely comedy. So for the next one, we've talked about like, okay, we don't really want to entrench on like the four genres we've done in the past. So it's probably going to be things like other than that.
Action?
Yeah. Probably
Maybe,
like
probably,
action or like melodrama or something like that.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see as well.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a big fan. Oh, you gotta watch all the series. We're gonna put a link below. They'll be there waiting for you. Final thoughts over there? I mean, we talked to you for over an hour. I feel like your team is great.
I know. I just think we should talk about Overwatch.
Oh, so cool. Can you channel your Overwatch voice for us? Who is Life Weaver?
I am Life Weaver. I voice as Life Weaver in the video game Overwatch. ชีวิตปกป้องชีวิต One of the voice lines.
I mean, do it again. Do something else.
Life unbridled. I don't remember the accent that well. But yeah, it's amazing working with Blizzard.
Sick gig.
It's really sick gig. And also, today is the 12th, tomorrow's the 13th. I'm having dinner with a few of the voice actors from Overwatch tomorrow.
Whoa.
Yeah, because a lot of the voice actors are in LA.
Girl, with my hair.
I've had the opportunity to meet Carolina. She voices Sombra. She came to Thailand around 24 months ago. So, and then we were talking, and then I said that I had a tour in the U.S., which is where we are right now. And so she was like, "Oh, she's gonna invite a couple of other voice actors for Overwatch for dinner," and that's tomorrow. So cool. Yeah.
You're all gonna be there, like talking in your character voices.
Probably. Excited as well.
I gotta say, you guys are really special. Both of you won in a trillion, and you both should be so proud. You should be so proud. You should be so proud of everything you've done. What you're doing to provide for your family.
Thank you.
God, it's still just the beginning. Is that like a weird thing to say?
No, it's not a weird thing to say. It's something that we've also said.
Yeah, we always talk to each other that like, I think this is the start of everything for right now.
Yeah.
Because like for me, in my opinion, I think that for the last 4 years, like we just started.
The last 4 years were trying to get everything into the right groove with each other. but I think the next couple years are proving grounds for us on
Period, y'all hear it first.
what we have
Kinda
to
put
do,
with that,
what we
forget
are
it.
going to do.
Like, real talk, your motives, your why is really pure, and I'm so deeply and loudly rooting for the both of you.
Thank you.
Like, you guys are gonna have such an incredible journey, and it's really special. Thanks for hanging out today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
Please come back, you guys.
We would love to.
Yeah.
We would love to.
Really cool. Like, you guys, you're living in a tribute. PONDPHUWIN.
Thank you. See you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was great. I loved it. I ate that shit up. I love PONDPHUWIN. I'm glad that we got to see, you know, all this from them, and you know, just enjoy how, you know, not enjoy, but like see how they truly feel about each other and understand better everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
แกล้งเธอไม่ได้แกล้งชอบเธอชอบจริงชอบจังชอบเธอไม่ได้แกล้งรักไม่ได้อ่อยแค่อยากจะได้